Did you know that the ESI framework is now the IFPP? IFPP stands for IntoSci Framework of Professional Pronouncements, and it is the authoritative framework for public sector auditing. The new framework was proposed by the FIP and was adopted during the 22nd INCOSAI in Abu Dhabi in 2016. It clearly defines those standards that have to be complied with by an SAI that wishes to claim ESI compliance in its audit reports, making a clear distinction between these mandatory standards, which includes application guidance, and non-mandatory supplementary guidance. It also opens up the possibility for IntoSci to develop pronouncements on competencies consistent with the principles on ESI 100. These changes recognize the central importance of ESI 100. ESI 100 establishes fundamental principles which are applicable to all public sector audit engagements, irrespective of their form or context. It defines the purpose and authority of the ESIs, the three types of public sector audit, and its elements. In the old framework, each document received an ESI number and were organized in 4 hierarchical levels. Level 1 contained the founding principles of IntoSci. Level 2 were the prerequisites for the functioning of supreme audit institutions. Level 3 contained the fundamental auditing principles covering issues related to the process of carrying through an audit. And finally, on Level 4, we had the auditing guidelines. Also part of the ESI framework were the IntoSci Guidance on Good Governance, the IntoSci Govs. They were guidance from IntoSci to the administrative authorities, for example, on internal controls and accounting. These 4 levels are now migrating to 3 types of pronouncements in the IFPP. Level 1 and part of Level 2 are now the IntoSci Principles, or IntoSci-P. They have overarching significance for the IFPP and are therefore placed at the top of the framework. The rest of Level 2, the whole Level 3, and a small part of Level 4 retain the ESI name, so they are the IntoSci standards. They represent only the mandatory standards for the ESIs to claim compliance. At its center was placed ESI 100, which defines the authority of the ESIs and how an auditor can claim ESI compliance in its report. Finally, the other part of Level 4 and the IntoSci Govs are now classified as IntoSci Guidance, or GIDs. GIDs are non-mandatory guidance that help the auditor gain a better understanding of how to apply the elements and principles of the standards during an audit. The new framework also foresees the future development of competency standards and guidance based on ESI 100. The different types of pronouncements are defined in the classification principles, which establishes the criteria to classify and number all documents that are part of the IFPP. The process to migrate from the ESI framework to the IFPP was established in the Strategic Development Plan 2017-2019 and will follow IntoSci's due process, which establishes procedures for developing, revising, and withdrawing pronouncements. All documents in the ESI framework were reviewed. Many will not go through substantive changes. They'll simply receive a new label and number according to the updated classification criteria. Some will have their content revised and updated to better fit the IFPP. Others are going to be withdrawn or substituted by more current documents. On the esci.org website, you can find out more information about the new framework, access all the pronouncements, learn how they are developed through the due process, and keep up to date with all the standard setting work done by IntoSci.